What's up, my nuggets? MisterFantasmo here, and today we have a free-for-all in the arcade, and basically we're just going to go and they're just going to give us bunches of tokens and we can spend them wherever we want in this arcade. Actually, it's not called arcade. I have no clue how to pronounce that, so I figured since I probably was going to pronounce it wrong anyways, I might as well for sure pronounce it wrong. That's not important. Do you know what is important? I'm using this gun. It's a weird gun. I forget even what it's called. I probably should have looked at it while I was choosing my class, but you can really rewind it if it's that big of a deal to you. But like I said, I've been experimenting with a lot of different guns and a lot of different, SMGs in particular, because I kind of like to run around and stuff. But I've noticed that, like when I unlock a gun, I use it and then I think it's the best gun that I've unlocked so far until I unlock the next one, and then it goes. It's like a cycle like that. I don't know if this Call of Duty has done better with releasing guns in the order of like how good they are. Although like you have to take into consideration the balance and to not make guns too overpowered. Which from what I hear, there are some guns that are standing out. But all in all, I feel like the gun to gun action is pretty balanced, and I feel like this is definitely one of, if not the most balanced Call of Duty game to date. Look at that guy shooting his rocket at me. Then I think I can snipe him with my SMG. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't know why. I always peek out to see where I threw my grenade, even though I know exactly where I threw my grenade. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But anyway, so I'm running around with this little BB gun. I don't know why I called it a BB gun. It kind of looks like a BB gun, except for I've never seen a BB gun. I was sheltered as a child, what can I say? But anyways, I'm running around. That's not important. Free-for-all in the arcade. You already know that. There's so many campers right now. It's ridiculous. People are just trying to, get their stats up before they completely ruin them once they just forget about them. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. I just play the game to have fun. I could give a crap less about imaginary number. Well, I guess it's an actual number, but it's just... I did a video a long time ago on stats and how I feel about it, so if you remember that, then congratulations, you've been a subscriber for a really long time. Anyways, and that spot up there, a lot of people like to camp in, although it's not a really good spot because it's right out in the middle of everywhere, but I always seem to get killed from that spot. Okay, so the point of this commentary was to talk about kill streaks. And as you can see, so far I've done a magnificent job. Look at this. This really, if I would have died by that guy, whew, good thing I saw him on the radar. But that's just like every single free-for-all is like that. It's crazy. Even, some team death matches, but mostly in free-for-all where you have no one to look after besides yourself. I don't know. Maybe it's a scary world out there for a lone gamer in a free-for-all world, but... okay, so kill streaks. I wanted to go in depth and explain a little bit about the kill streaks. Not any kill streak in particular, just the way the kill streaks operate in this game. Because I feel like it's a significant change between the previous Call of Duties, and I feel like you guys should know about it if you don't already, and it might help you, get up to speed if you don't have this game yet, or if you're just starting this game, keep up with everyone, and might give you an advantage over some people. Who knows? So basically, the kill streaks, as you can see on the bottom right-hand corner, well, kind of the side right-hand corner. Well, now you can't see it because I'm using my Predator missile, but there are 3 different slots for your 3 different kill streaks, and then there's also an extra slot, an extra square down there that's blank right now. That's for if you pick up a kill streak out of a care package or something like that. And basically, you get your kill streaks, and as soon as you get your last kill streak, your kill streaks start over. They cycle over, and so instead of having to die to restart your kill streaks, which was kind of silly to begin with, and I can accuse myself of doing that quite often, but instead now they just restart, which is really convenient, especially if you're on a roll. You can continue to get support for you and your team. Also, you can cycle through your kill streaks, so you don't have to, if you get the UAV and then the Predator missile, you don't have to use the Predator missile before you use your UAV, which can come in handy if you get like an advanced UAV and then a stealth bomber. You can know exactly where to place it to get the maximum amount of kills, which I think is pretty cool. And also, now that I said advanced UAV and stealth bomber, those are actually in the support kill streak classes, because there are actually 3 different classes of, so to speak, kill streaks that you can get into. You can get into Assault, which is more the offensive kill streaks, but those also reset every time you die, just like the classic Call of Duty. Everyone knows that. You can also do Support kill streaks, which do not reset every time you die, but they're also more obviously support oriented, like UAV. Let's see, I have it open right here. UAV, counter UAV, ballistic vests, airdrop trap, SAM turret, stuff like that. There is a stealth bomber and a remote sentry, but other than that, it's mostly just supporting, and it's mostly just team-based stuff. But also, if you feel like you can't get your kill streaks down on the Assault package, then you might want to switch over to Support. Now, there is another one called Specialist, which I will go much more into depth right now because I'm really digging that setup right now. But that'll be for another video. I think I'm going to split all 3 of these into their own separate videos just to go more in depth, because this video is already over. And but basically, the Specialist is every 2 kills you get an extra perk, and you can pick 3 perks. So basically, after 6 kills, you will have 3 extra perks. And then every second kill after that, you also get XP bonus, but you don't get any further perks. So I know there was a lot of speculation in the beginning that the Specialist class was going to give you eventually every single perk in the game, but that is not true. It only gives you an additional 3 perks, which is still really handy, and that's what I'm actually using right now. It really helps leveling up and stuff like that. But I'll make a video of that in the future. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on kill streaks. This is, it's just kind of me explaining something of the game, as you could probably tell by listening to me talk. But if you guys want more of this on different areas, or more of this on kill streaks, like I said, I'm probably going to go through Assault, Support, and Specialist individually. But yeah, so look forward to that in the future. Maybe later on today, we'll see. And anyways, I will talk to you later. Peace, Nuggets.